What is going on, guys? Today we are going to compare the 2003 F-150 with my new 2025 F-150. In 2003, this was kind of the king of the hill. This is the 2003 F-150. This one is the FX4 version. So this would have been four-wheel drive. This would have come with specialty skid plates. This had different wheels and tires, had different suspension. This one actually came with Rancho shocks from the factory. There were some higher trim levels versus the FX4, but as far as the off-road package, this was kind of the king at that time. Now when we look at the interior, it's pretty plain, pretty basic, just like everything was back then. We've got cloth seats in this one. They did have an option for leather in the lariats, and I believe there was a King Ranch even that year that had a leather. Just a basic CD player, nothing digital in this thing. About the only thing digital you're even going to see is that when you turn on the radio, you'll have the little green digital call outs for the time and what radio station. You did have the 4 doors on the extended cab. So you got a back seat, but it's not much of one. These did come equipped with the on-the-floor 4-wheel drive selector. There was an option to have it up here on the dash as well on these. Now the FX4 also came with the tow package. Towing capacity of these was 7,700 pounds. And I'm gonna just go ahead and say that's a stretch. This thing struggles. I've pulled a 5,000 pound camper and it struggled. Now these trucks of this year had a few different engine options. You had a 4.2 V6, you had the 4.6 liter V8, and then you have the, once again, top of the line at the time, 5.4 liter. Now this is the 2-valve engine. I've done a lot of videos on this engine. I will throw one of those right up here in the top corner. This was the kind of the peak at the time. Now this thing only makes like 265 horsepower, but these things are ridiculously reliable. These things will go 300,000–400,000 miles without a problem. So driving these trucks, it's definitely a 2003 pickup. I mean, that's the simplest thing to say. It drives good, but it is, you know, kind of a rough ride. Underpowered. These came with the 4-speed with overdrive. They'd run down the highway 75–80 mile an hour just fine, but once again, 2003 truck. So ride quality was not great road trip vehicles, but they did their job and they did it very reliably, just kind of without all the creature comforts that you get in a modern vehicle. Now with that being said, I would drive this thing anywhere. So it's super reliable. Once again, not going to be the most comfortable ride, but it will get you there. These things did not have an option for factory trailer brakes, so you do have to have a aftermarket brake controller. You can tell just the size comparison between the 25 and 2003. 25 is wider, it's taller, it's got bigger tires, bigger wheels, just overall a larger vehicle. Now I chose a Tremor for a few reasons. I think it's kind of in that same category that was back in the day. This is, to me, the top of the line for the everyday vehicle. So there is the Raptor above it. There is higher trim levels that you're going to get more features on the inside. You got the Platinum, the King Ranch, those kind of things. But this still has a lot of off-road capability. It's got a lot of skid plates, protection. It's got a limited slip front end. It's got a locker in the back. We are able to get that 5-liter V8 in this, and we don't lose all our towing capacity like you do with a Raptor. Now, of course, in a 25, you're going to get a whole lot more electronics, a lot more features. So the Tremor 402A does have the leather interior. Then we have full digital gauge cluster, full digital center radio. Ford does do a pretty good job of still giving you buttons. No longer bench seat. This is bucket seats with that big center console. When it comes to four-wheel drive, of course now it's all here on the dash. We've got 2 high, 4 high, 4 low, as well as a 4 auto and different drive modes. Now when it comes to towing capacity, the Tremor outfitted like I have it, we get about a 10,000, little over 10,000 pound trailer capacity, where once again over there on the 2003 we had less than 8. So got a big benefit there. Also, these things just pull so much better. 265 horsepower over there on the 5.4. On the 5 liter here, we ended up with 400 horsepower and a little over 400 foot-pounds of torque. So really when it comes to towing, when it comes to power, these trucks are just not even comparable. But also, I'm not delusional enough to think that all of this technology, all of the power, everything they're able to get out of these, got variable valve timing. This one's actually got cylinder deactivation. It's got direct injection and port fuel injection, compared to just simple overhead cam, port fuel injected engine. I'm under no illusion that this is gonna go 400,000 miles like that one over there would. That's unfortunately just kind of where we are with the modern automobile. So that was, once again, not as comfortable, doesn't make as much power, all those kinds of things, but would run forever. This one, I do suspect that there'll be more issues with it. Unfortunately, that's just how it is. So here on the 25, we have the 10R80. So this is a 10-speed, where once again, this one was actually just a 4-speed with overdrive. One thing that is kind of surprising is when we talk about fuel economy. So once again, you've got that underpowered engine over there. So this one does make a lot more power, but normal, just driving around town, kind of mixed driving, that one over there, I would get around 15 miles to the gallon. This one, I'm actually only getting just barely over 17 miles to the gallon. That's even with the 10-speed transmission, all the modern things that come with this, but once again, it makes so much more power. That one on a road trip, I could get up to around 18 miles per gallon. I have not had a chance to take this one on a proper road trip yet, but what I see online, what I see a lot of people reporting is they can get close to 20 out of these 5-liter setups just like this. Now on the Tremor, we actually have a 373 rear differential, whereas on the FX4 we have a 355 differential. So that does make a difference. That truck would run better. Would also get worse fuel economy though if it had that 373. Now with that 355s in the FX4, that is a limited slip rear differential, whereas on the Tremor we have a 373 and it is an open differential, but it has an electronic locker. Now on the front end of the Tremor, we do have a limited slip differential. It's a torsion differential that came with the 402A package, whereas on the FX4, it is simply just an open front diff. Now the driving experience, once again, can't really even compare them. I mean, this thing rides so nice. The Tremor does have that specialty suspension, so it is a little softer than a standard F-150, but the technology just comes so far. I mean, this has Blue Cruise, lane keep assist, the sound system's amazing in it. You have heated and air conditioned seats. I mean, just all around driving experience this is way more friendly of a vehicle when it comes to jumping in with the family and going on a road trip than that 2003 was. Same thing when we talk about power. Once again, 265 horsepower pulling around that truck versus 400 pulling around this one. More gears means they can keep the RPMs a little more optimized. Just once again, not even in the same realm. With that being said, there's just a whole lot more to go wrong with this one. Sensors and electronics and all the things that go along with that you get all the benefits of the nice driving, all the luxury things, all the things that are it just does it for you, Android Auto, all those type of things. They all do come with a price. I mean, once again, once these things start to go bad, it can be very expensive very quickly to get those things fixed. So unfortunately, the old 2003 is going away today. I've sold this truck. I'm gonna deliver it here in about 10 minutes over to its new owner. So I want to do this video before it goes away. I really hate to sell this thing. These things are so reliable, they will last forever. But the growing family, we just had to get up into a quad cab, and I do love this truck. I hope it does just as well as the old 2003. Once again, I foresee more issues with this one. That's just kind of the way it is when you get into a brand new vehicle where everything is electronic. But hopefully you guys found this video helpful. If you did, be sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel. We got some more content coming on the Tremor soon.